Well, I'm very pleased to present Glenn Reed. He's sitting next to me, and next to him is Paul Matthei. And they're from Classic Theater Guild. They're both board members and deeply immersed in the organization that does some wonderful productions. You've won some Tansy Awards. And tell us about what's going on and how you picked the new plays. And how many are there?
I think there's probably around a dozen plays, and they're all short one acts, and we inspired, right? Correct. And these are by local playwrights, people who are who want
aspiring,
aspiring, who kind of want to have their works kind of presented in a way like a workshop. Essentially, these are stage readings, so the actors.
You don't need a set, but you kind of walk through it.
Correct. There is going to be some minimal blocking, but the idea is really for the playwrights to have an opportunity to hear the way an actor would interpret whatever it is that they've written on the page.
And so I'm sure that they've had to rehearse a little.
Yes, we've rehearsed. Yes,
right,
and we have a dress rehearsal coming up tonight for the Friday night plays. And I'm involved with the Friday and Saturday night plays.
And Phil, what are you up to?
Right now, I'm not doing anything.
Well, yes, you are. You're sitting right here on
Well,
the set.
I'm sitting here. I'll be involved in future productions.
Yeah.
Glenn, for example, next fall will be directing 12 Angry Men.
I love that play. That is such a wonderful play, isn't it? I mean, it's just every time it's on TV, I got to watch it because has such an impact. But anyway, we're talking.
Yeah, and I want to say, Phil has been, this is our 10th anniversary, the end of our 10th season, and Phil has been in more plays than any other actor. He's been.
He said he's retired. So.
Well, yes, but he was in Inherit the Wind last fall. And also 10 years ago, which was our first production, which I directed both of those. So Phil has
wonderful. Oh my God, talk about a terrific play.
Yeah,
You've got some good plays.
Yeah, well, we try. It's why we call the Classic Theater Guild.
So what? I know you've done some challenging. You've done Greek I mean, you've done stuff that I'm looking. This is a local theater group, and they're doing this really. With a Greek chorus. I mean, what the heck? I mean, how do you do that all? But anyway, what can be besides the Inspired, which has 12 plays.
Right.
None of them are repeated?
No, they're all Friday night. We have Friday, Saturday. Each night it's one time.
Okay.
And we wanted as many different kinds of pieces as we could get.
Out there.
So, but I expect to be there possibly on Sunday, but. I know on Friday and Saturday we'll be doing it. I'm sure Phil will be.
I think we had some photos. Did we show the photos? I'm talking, so I don't. There they are. There's Inspired.
Oh, yeah.
And there's.
There's me in the blue there, and I'm acting out a part. And the gentleman to the left there with the green shirt, that's Justin Elvis, and he wrote a couple of the small pieces.
Wow.
And there's somebody who did not have a happy ending.
Well, that must be quite a play.
And that
in one act you've done.
Exactly. Yeah.
Good.
And actually, it's about a 15-20 minutes per segment,
Sure.
so it moves on pretty quickly. And a lot of the writers, our president is Amanda Stankovich.
Yes.
She's been on the show a few times, but she has written a number of the pieces which will be performed on Sunday. We have an individual who's been with us on and off for a while, and her name is Julie, and she's submitted some pieces. Warren Raboy is a good friend of mine. A number of years ago, we had this group called the Bedford Falls Players, which played at Zuzu's Wonderful Life down in downtown Albany.
Yeah.
And a lot of these plays were presented and workshopped at this. So this is how we got kind of an idea
I
that
think
we wanted to do.
it's a great idea to give a voice to people. Have you ever written anything, Phil?
Not I.
Okay, you're
Not
just like, you're the front man.
He's an
Right,
actor.
I just show up every now and then, whenever they get.
He's an actor and probably the longest serving board member as well, probably.
I guess so.
Now, what's your season look like next, or can you talk about it, or do
Well,
you remember? It's a lot of times I ask that question, they go, oh, I forgot which one.
Well, the rest of the board is going to kill me for saying this. I mean, I do know that the play that I'm directing is going
That's
to
the
be
only important one
12
right now,
12
right?
Well, that's going to be like late September,
Okay.
early October. We're not, we're still figuring out the rest of the season.
Doing a Christmas show?
Yes, there is going to be a holiday show. I believe It's Wonderful Life?
Your guess is as good as mine.
Okay, I believe It's a Wonderful Life.
Well, just to mention about how theater is so important to so many people. Last year for the Christmas show, we had 2 actors on, Jenny Pines and
Yes.
Tony Yates on.
Yes.
And they met on doing White Christmas.
Correct.
And just this past week on Facebook, we saw their wedding pictures.
Well, not only that, but I was at the wedding.
You were at the wedding?
On Saturday, yes,
Yeah.
down at the
Yeah.
Stockade Inn.
Yeah.
And yes, I mean, and strange things
So you
do
never
happen.
know what happens if you start getting
There's a lot of romances. So one of the things I try to do is tell my actors because I direct a lot is, please don't start a romance because
Not until afterwards.
afterwards.
We don't want you fighting.
And fortunately, they
didn't
things
pay
worked
any
out.
attention to you.
Well, no, but they're a happy couple. I'm glad for them.
They
But
are.
that's the great thing about community theater is, we do a lot of this because we genuinely none of us have this vision that we're going to be playing Broadway unless it's Broadway
Unless
Schenectady.
it's Christopher, look at him.
That's
I
right,
mean,
exactly.
local, and there he is.
Well, he actually has a lot of talent.
Yeah.
I'm not saying we don't have a talent, but we all have jobs that
Yeah,
we have
yeah,
to pay
no,
the
I
bills
know.
on.
That isn't your
so
vocation.
but it is a love that we have, and we've been doing this at the Classic Theater Guild going on 11 years. And doing really interesting stuff.
You've
And
done, you're very
so,
challenging, many
yeah.
of them.
I mean, we did, a number of years ago, we did Angels in America, both parts, which is, controversial,
it is very-
but a riveting play.
Such a wonderful play, though.
And so we were looking.
Don't forget our Summer Theater Festival.
That's
at
right.
the
Talk about that.
Indian
Tell us,
Farm.
Yes.
tell us.
That will be late in July.
And that's over in Helderberg?
Yes,
And we're doing Midsummer Night's Dream.
that is
That's
correct.
what I mean, they're
Yep.
doing Shakespeare,
And
oh my God.
we try to do that. That's a tradition as well
Yeah.
as doing Shakespeare in the summer. And there's always a children's play. Is it Pinocchio?
Your guess is as good as mine.
But if you like Pinocchio,
Yes,
it might be there.
and my nose isn't growing, so I'm not lying, I guess, right?
And if you don't like Pinocchio,
There'll be something else.
There'll be something else
there'll
that
be-
you'll
Maybe
love.
There'll be
Dr.
something
Seuss,
else.
who knows what's going to
But
be
no,
there.
we're just glad to be here about this. This is for people who are interested in hearing some new stuff and some cutting edge stuff. This is not for children. I have to say that. This is for adults.
Don't bring the kids.
And no nudity.
Okay.
But some controversy. A little bit of controversy and some rough language.
That's
but
good. Let's think about things sometimes.
A lot to think about it, but we're glad that we're having the opportunity to talk to you again. And
Yeah.
we were here for I was here for your 800th show.
Yeah, and now we're
Which
in
was
the
what?
831, I think.
was 31
now.
weeks ago, I guess, huh?
31 weeks ago. Oh my gosh! Oh, And you've
Time
been
flies
around.
when you're having fun.
And I think from the beginning you were on my show. Not you
Way-
specifically, but from
yes,
when you
yes.
started.
And I was on your show years and years and years ago.
I can
and-
find out. I keep a database.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, boy.
So I know exactly.
I was
when
thinner then, so get a picture of that.
I don't know if I got all those photos.
We both were thinner. Than we all,
And younger.
Yeah.
And no gray hair.
And me too. Glenn Reed and Phil Matthei are here, and they are with Classic Theater Guild. And please take an opportunity. They're over at 137 State Street. Is that you're in a different space?